So we were talking earlier about the different things that you guys do, I would say on an everyday basis, drill-wise, segment-wise, in practice, that I believe, really helps our team. And just so you guys know this, coaching has evolved, just like the game has changed, and your role has really evolved over time. 10 years ago or 20 years ago, I think that you guys sometimes would be a part of the practice, but there'd be a lot of dead time. And what you would do the most of is represent the other team's plays. Or, when we want to guard the other team's actions, a lot of times at the end of practice, then it was your time. I think you would all agree. When we start practice at 3 o'clock, you're full go from 3 until it ends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So these are a couple things, and I'd love to get your thoughts. So we call this drill disadvantage. It helps our team prepare against the different zone defenses that we face throughout the year. We're more of a man-to-man team. So instead of us having to guard ourselves or go against ourselves, what this allows me to do is all of our players that are going to play in the game are thinking offense and preparing for offense and getting ready to play against the other team's zone. And that's because you guys are out on the court. So here we go right here. We got Michael, Ian, and Brad, AJ, who's not with us tonight, and Mark. Bob's out, and he declined. So as you can see, we have 5 defensive players, but we have 4 offensive players. In this particular clip, we have Trey, Quincy, Dez, and Lazar. So we're playing 4 versus 5. Tell me from your perspective what this does to prepare our team for the zone that they're getting ready to face.
Well, I know on our end, it's even though that there's 4 players, it's still really hard to guard. But it's more of our players trying to get like the spacing right and also just the concepts without having the big guy down at the block. So we got to get the ball moving, and that's what's really encouraging is ball movement, and so that we're not standing with the zone. Because when we're standing with the ball in our hands, the ball is not moving, and then the zone stays still.
That's right. So we're trying to distort the zone, and we have you with 5 versus 4. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. And again, fakes, right? And you guys are swarming the ball right here. You got 3 guys on Dez. You can do that because you have 1 more player than we do.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the effort level you're playing with, it makes it even more challenging. This so far is a ridiculously bad possession, right? Stop it. But you can see you're putting pressure on the 4 offensive players. You're trapping them. You're putting 2 on the ball. They have to use their fakes. They have to use their dribble just to survive. And the thought becomes when we add the 5th player on offense and it becomes 5-on-5, for them, life is easier. And I think it's a great way to represent the challenge of a good zone. But great job. Again, another clip, disadvantage. Again, what we can say on this is, look, we only make 2 or 3 passes. The ball never traveled in the paint. The zone is not distorted, right?
No.
Drive to the paint, jump stop, use your fakes, use your shot fake, more cutting, more movement. And they start to see that if you don't move the zone, you end up taking 3-point shots that aren't good. There's a good example of Trey doing what we want him to do. He relocates, but you see, this drill forces these 4 offensive players to survive, and then that's what we want. You get in the paint, you distort the zone, you make 2 people play you skip it. Dez doesn't take an ill-advised 3. He drives the ball, and we didn't do well against Oakland because we didn't win the game, but it wasn't our offense that cost us the game. It was clearly our defense. Mm-hmm. Our zone attack, shooting 30 free throws, only having 10 turnovers, I think a lot of the byproduct of that performance stemmed from you guys representing Oakland's zone in this disadvantage drill.